Hi, my name's Anderson Rodriguez, and this is a GSS research report. The GSS research establishes a correlation among the variables for race, sex, and the approval of policemen striking adult citizens. These variables display how respondents view police strikings. The results present an expected bias between race and police force against citizens, and this assignment is used to strengthen students in research and the SBSS program. So the following presentation is a representation of the variables for police striking an adult citizen, race, and sex. These variables are used to understand the dynamics between them. And so here we can see that we're looking at the effects of race on the approval of policemen striking citizens with the control for sex. At the bivariate level, we're just looking at whether or not race affects the approval of policemen striking citizens. And while majority of the respondents show that they do approve of policemen striking citizens, at the multivariate level, we set a control for sex. And there we see that not only is there a relationship between race and approval of police strikings, but there's also a relationship between sex. So as our results show, there is more white females at the multivariate level that have an approval for police strikings than any other group. They outnumber white males. White respondents only had 88% approvals, while blacks only had a mere 6.8%. And I come to the conclusion that this is because blacks have more instances where they experience police brutality, and therefore they are against police striking adult men, while whites don't encounter the same amount of police brutality and therefore are more in favor or more likely to agree that it is okay for a policeman to strike an adult citizen. I have not come up as to why white females are more susceptible to agreeing than white men. And so here we can see the charts between the approval ratings between whites and blacks, and we can see that there's a disproportion between whites that said yes and whites that said no. Blacks and other minority groups fared below 25% in both instances on whether or not they approved police strikings. And my conclusion suggests that whites have a higher sentiment for police strikings than African Americans. These results show that race and sex affect the sentiments of whether policemen on how policemen should interact with citizens, whether it should be passive or with physical aggression, and whether or not physical aggression is okay. My references come from the GSS database, which you can find at the GSSDataExplorer.north.org.